What's up, everyone? This is Spilling Tea with Chris G, and tonight I'm going over Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. Of course, I'm going to go ahead and hit you guys with that top five highlights, and I'm going to spill that tea at the end, so let's get started. So for my first highlight, Willie and Shonda. Willie had decided to do like a date night for Shonda to get her over to the house to, just kind of talk and, try to be romantic. But Shonda was not going for a honey. She was saying to him that she basically needs a break and she wants to just start taking care of herself because she feels that it's not fair to, teach their kids that this behavior is acceptable. And of course, since this happened more than once, she just feels that it's time to give herself a break from the relationship. So at the end of the episode, Willie did move out of the house, but I don't think Willie got a car because Lil Fizz came to pick him up. So that I was kind of questioning that. But other than that, hopefully they will work it out. On to my second highlight. So, Princess in this wedding, she has been so stressed. Last episode, I'm sorry, you guys, I didn't film for the last one, but in the last episode, she had even brought the ordained minister to Ray J's Raytronics shop to even try to get him married because she felt like he wasn't involved in the wedding. So, of course, Ray J didn't want that. So, he said, I'm going to be 100%. I'm going to give you 110%. I'm going to give you my all into this wedding. So he had did his guest list, and she had brought it to his attention that he had all these people listed on the guest list, and she was feeling like, her guest list was looking real sad because she didn't know if her dad was going to come or her mom. And Ray J, he was trying to make her feel better. So she had went out with her two best friends to go look at wedding dresses. She was going to invite Brandy and Miss Norwood, but she didn't do that because she thought she would be feeling more sad about the situation, not having her family there. But Ray J had popped up on her, and she was a little confused, like the friends, because she told him that she wanted his input on stuff, but she didn't want him there looking at the wedding dresses. And of course, he surprised Princess with her grandma, and that was super sweet. I did kind of tear up a little bit. And she was just telling her grandma her concerns about her dad not showing up, but her grandma said, you should reach out to him and he should be the one to walk you down the aisle. So that was a sweet moment. On to my third highlight. Moniece and Masika's plan to get Brandy and Princess to Moniece's listening party. So I don't know what the whole point in Moniece doing this, but basically she set up Brandy to come to the party, to her listening party, to talk about this chick that I guess she got arrested over and had a police report with Max Lex, some chick named Becky who came to Moniece with this information. And she tried to embarrass Brandy. So Brandy had got up, she didn't fight. However, Princess, my girl, took her shoes off in the middle of this listening party and was about to run up on stage and run up on Moniece. But security had caught her, so they, were basically escorted out or whatever out of the listening party. So at the end of it, Masika was telling Moniece, at first, Masika was down with this plan, but after everything happened, Masika was saying to her, what was the point in this? To ruin your own party? And Moniece said, well, you got to sacrifice some things. And see, I didn't like that. That sounded like Illuminati. Sound like Illuminati. Girl, what are you doing? Why? For Brandy? For what? I mean, that just doesn't make sense. Girl, so now in the previews, they are trying to acquire this sex tape with Moniece. Ew. Okay, on to my fourth highlight. So the fellas had met up, which is A1, Ray J, Soulja Boy, and Safaree. And they were basically just, talking. And the plan on this meeting was to get Nikki back. So Ray J had told Safaree that he would put an earpiece in his ear and he would talk to him through it. So of course A1 is looking like, I don't know about that. But Safaree, that was the plan. They were gonna go ahead and go through with it. And, hopefully Ray J do something for Safaree. I mean, well, it didn't work out too good the first time between Safaree and Rosa Costa, but maybe this time it might work out again. So let's see what happens. On to my fifth highlight. The final meeting, Safaree and Nikki. So earlier in the episode, Nikki had sat down with her hairstylist and Lyrica. And the hairstylist had basically dropped the bomb that Safaree was in Miami with one of his friends and they had slept together. So and Safaree doesn't know that Nikki knows that. So when Safaree sat down, basically it was a setup. And Ray J is talking in this boy's ear, telling him what to say to Nikki. And I'm just like, oh my God, Safaree, I need you to get out the cornfield, okay? And get it together, because I'm like, how are you managing these things? How are you managing Nicki Minaj and you let Nicki Minaj just run all over you, basically? So anyways, they're sitting at the table. Ray J's talking in his ear to tell her, certain things or whatever. Talking about, I'm ready to put my mind, body, and face into this situation. And all of a sudden, she's like, okay, well, if you want it all, then let me go ahead and bring my girl in. And this chick walks in and she was saying, you know me, Papi, you know me. And he was saying, I don't know, you don't know nothing about you. And my girls is like, bam, bam, bam. And you like this. I mean, who are you? And so she was showing him pictures of them, I guess, down in Miami by a port or something like that. And he was like, I don't even remember who you are. I meet a bunch of fans all over the time, all over the world, and I don't remember you. And she was like, a fan of what? So he got up and was telling Nikki, you bugging, and he left. So he went back outside. Ray J and Soulja Boy, yes, they were in the car because, like I said, they were using that mic situation. And he basically told Ray J and Soulja that he was done with this situation, and if she want to call him, she got his number. So I don't know if that's the end of them. So let me go ahead and pour this tea right quick. So if you guys haven't seen, Kaisha had went on to a radio station basically blasting Shonda and Willie. She said back in 2004, she was not the only woman that Willie was dealing with. He was also dealing with three other women and Shonda. She said that a lot of things were edited out and it makes her look like she's a stalker, but actually Shonda has already, I guess what she's saying is she already knew about her way before this even happened. So Shonda had said her name when going through the folder, so she knew who she was. And Kaisha said that Shonda had admitted that they cheat on each other. He cheats all the time. And so that was a mess. So Shonda had went onto her Instagram and basically said she wants this lady to leave her alone. She wants Kaisha to go away, leave her alone, mess with Willie, but stop messing with her. She's out of the situation. And she asked a lot of other bloggers to basically please stop tagging her in these Kaisha interviews or whatever she's saying. So that's kind of crazy. Also, Soulja Boy had took to Twitter today to let us know that he has quit Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. All the bloggers was on this like white on rice, but since I follow him, I was like, oh. And he was getting a lot of retweets of positivity. He was saying that the show is too ratchet and it's messing up his brand, so he wants to go ahead and move on. And a lot of his fans were actually in support of him moving on from that. Anyways, that is it for my tea, you guys. Please make sure you subscribe. I will see you all next week.